Whitticer Station. My name is Josh, and I'll be your commentator today. Before we start out today, we do have a few safety rules that we must follow. First, we ask that you please stay inside your own car once the train is in motion. It's extremely dangerous to try to walk between the cars once the train is moving. Inside your own car, feel free to stand up and walk around or move from one side of the car to the other. Please do not sit on the window sills, handrails, or the chains at the end of each car. Parents, we ask that you do not hold your children up on the window sills or handrails either. A sudden jerk of the train could easily knock someone over the side. Scenic Railroad is non-smoking. Smoking is permitted at Whitticer Station. Alcoholic beverages are also prohibited on the train and throughout Scenic Railroad. Pets are not permitted on the train excursions either. Riding on the in-car will be our conductor, Chris. Riding on each car today will be a brakeman. Feel free to ask them any questions that you might have. We'll be leaving in a few minutes.
Yeah, Libby, what time is it? On your phone?
It doesn't matter. She said we were going to be 5 minutes. 2:15.
I just have my ears plugged except for when they, blow the whistle. Because I don't know which one's louder. Say number 6 or 5. I think 5 is a lot louder than Shay's number 6, but Shay number 6 is larger, so it has a larger head of steam, so yeah. What? Check this out, guys.
After 6 months out today, we're going to be traveling up the North 3 mile section of the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad, known as the C&O. It wasn't a broadcast, but its main connection to the outside world. When we come to the water tower, we'll switch to the old logging railroad of West Virginia Pulp and Paper Company, known as West Vaco. West Virginia Pulp and Paper Company began logging here in 1899, and it came here for the vast supply of the high-quality timber that grew on these mountains. It owned large paper mills at Luke, Maryland, and Covington, Virginia, that required a steady supply of good pulp logs. Red spruce grew abundant in this area, high up near the tops of the mountains. After the 1920s, the big supply of big old trees that supplied the mill got smaller and smaller. The mill produced less and less as trucks competed with the railroad to haul logs. On July 1st, 1960, the sawmill closed, ending an era of the rail logging here cast. The mill has suffered 2 fires since closing in 1960, one in August of 1978, and the other in February of 1982. The remains you see here are some of the machinery that remained in the mill that ran it. The water tank that you see on the right side of the train actually holds 50,000 gallons of water, and we still use it today. We're about to enter the locomotive repair shop area. This is where all the maintenance and the major repair work is done on the engines of passenger cars. These buildings are replacements for the original shops that were destroyed by fire in 1972. The shop has all the tools that our skilled mechanics need to keep our engines running. While they're usually closed to the public, we do offer daily tours of the shop. On your left, you'll see Meisler number 6. Meisler locomotive number 6 was built in 1929 by the Lima Locomotive Works in Erie, Pennsylvania. It operated at Meadow River Lumber Company in Raynell, West Virginia, until the mid-1960s when it came to cast. In front of Meisler 6 is shay number 4. Shay number 4 was built in 1922 by Lima Locomotive Works in Lima, Ohio. This shay began service at First Valley Lumber Company as their number 5 until 1943 when Mauer Lumber Company acquired it and renumbered it number 4. Shay number 11 is the second largest shay still operating in the world today. Built in 1923, also by Lima Locomotive Works, it operated on the Feather River Railroad in California as a logging locomotive. It weighs over 90 tons. It's the second largest shay operating in the world today.
Wonder what that? Oh, that's shay number 7. All right.
The engine that is pushing us today is shay number 5. Shay number 5 is the oldest operating shay at cast. It was built in 1905 by the Lima Locomotive Works for West Virginia Spruce Lumber Company. It was actually a new engine when it came to cast, and it's been here ever since. It took the last load of logs across the mountain and the first one of passengers. It is also our state locomotive. In November, it will be 110 years old. These bridges date back to the 1960s, when the state of West Virginia rebuilt the track for our passenger trains. In the days when this was a logging railroad, these bridges were made of wood, built using large timbers laid across the creek. They could be replaced quickly and easily by repair crews if they became damaged, rotten, or washed away in floods. Most logging railroads were built this way as means of keeping the cost low. Out the road, the logging railroads also featured tracks that could be easily laid out, used, and picked up again to move to a new spot. At one time, the West Virginia Pulp and Paper Company operated over 120 miles of track. The track we are now traveling over was the logging railroad's permanent trunk line, which many temporary logging branches connected into from various points on the mountain. up on our back mountain road crossing. If you'd like to get a great picture or a great video with sound of the engine blowing the whistle, get on the left-hand side of the train, looking back at the engine. For a great video with sound of the engine blowing the whistle as we cross the back mountain road.
Now this is a way to get film right here. So I'm being pulled by that.